In this video, we're gonna see step by step how I closed the 9K in the DMs. No sales calls, no webinars, no 45-minute Zoom marathons. So the open is, hey, grateful for the follow. Are you here for the vids or are you looking to grow your biz? And he says, I read Buy Back Your Time at least every year as a gentle reminder and inspiration for implementing new ways, ideas, SOPs to my business. We acknowledge without making it too big of a deal. Sounds good. Tell me a little bit about your landscaping business, what revenue stage you're in, see if I can help you. The reason I'm asking 2 to 3 questions there is I want them to pick their own journey, just in this case. Because the offer we sell is business coaching and it's pretty vague and generic around the avatar, I want to get them to respond to the question they resonate the most with, just for the first question. So we're gonna continue, and he replies, we started off as a simple landscape company in 2020 and have grown to an outdoor living builder offering swimming pools, outdoor living elements, and landscape. The company is currently at its scaling stage. Cool, scaling mode. I really want to probe more for revenue because that can create resistance. I will ask one specific pain discovery question based on what I have so far. So he's saying the company is currently in the scaling stage. So I will attack that and say, can the business run and grow without you right now? And he says, no, not yet. So right away, I'm able to uncover a pain point. I will continue to lead sales as long as I can. And I say, cool, then we need the right systems. So we're building in the right foundation. We have an idea of the pain. We have an idea of Hell Island, the place he's in right now, and we have uncovered one pain point. Now, we're gonna go to Heaven Island. We're gonna start painting his vision and what he wants his future to look like. So we're saying, what's the big goals in the next 12 months? Give me the exciting targets, see if I can support. And he says, continue to build our in-house swimming pool production teams and elevate our target landscape projects, meaning higher-end builds. I've been working with an SEO team in efforts to have a franchise business model in the next 3 to 5 years. But I don't have specifics. And that's why I will ask, what's the ideal revenue targets overall so we can reverse engineer success? Always, when I get someone's goals, I want to see them with crystal clear clarity. Otherwise, they are not going to buy into their goals if they're vague. And that's why I'm asking specifically for revenue. He says 2.7 million this year with a 15 year-over-year growth. If you think this is too little of a growth goal, please let me know. And I will grasp that opportunity and I will challenge him to go for more. Why? Because I want to stretch as big of a gap as possible, as long as it's believable for them. I don't want to have someone tell me, oh, I want to get to 1 million and tell them, oh, you should instead shoot for 100 million, because that's out of, not reality, it's 100% possible, but I'm stretching their goal way too much and they're not going to be committed to hitting that goal because I set the goal for them. So this guy says, I want to get to 2.7 million. I want to say, let's do 3 million minimum. Stretch your potential a bit. So the gap is a little bit bigger. And then I want to understand his needs. What are 2 to 3 things needed most right now to get there? He says more designers. We're currently bottleneck at design. We're receiving more leads that we can get to. So I have a clear pain point and I'm going to ask him what's his process in resolving that pain point so I can understand how effective that is. If he doesn't have an effective process, what is he going to want to buy? A more effective process. So he replies, we haven't found a system that works yet. Designers tend to be on the flaky side, and if they're good, they tend to go off on their own. We've done LinkedIn ads, social media posts, as well as networking. So now, because I have a clear pain point, I will offer a solution as a curiosity gap. And I will say, you need a talent funnel to onboard A players predictably so you can source, filter, onboard, and playbooks so they can hit the ground running producing. need to build the people that will build the business. I'm using a tagline here because taglines, it's kind of like a stamp in people's brains. When they hear these sound bites, they have a hard label in their brain and they tend to remember them. So this guy is always going to remember, oh, I need to build the people that will build the business. But because it's me that I delivered that insight, I built credibility for my brand in his brain just because of that tagline. And that's why I'm doing that. And then I'm asking a question essentially to get compliance by saying, are you with me when I'm saying that? To make sure that we're on the same page. And I'm not saying one thing and she's understanding another. So he says, I really love that idea. Trying to find young talent right out of school. If my memory serves me right, we only have 2 applicants and they both lived out of state. Please poke holes in all of this if I'm missing something. So as we can see, we have a compliant prospect. He accepted what I put in front of him because I built the right credibility in his brain by what I said. Now, I'm going to ask for young talent to be able to work. The process needs to be bulletproof. So that's one thing. What else would you need to get to 3 million? I'm probing for more needs and pain points. He says, as a custom outdoor builder, we only work from a set of landscape plans or pool plans. In all transparency, I am more than 100% positive there is a solution. I'm just not seeing the solution as we're starting to lose opportunities due to designers' availability. And now I'm going to use another tagline. I'm going to use can't read the label from inside the bottle. And I'm saying that because I want to show them, hey, you're not supposed to have all the answers and you don't have all the answers. So I'm planting a narrative that serves my purpose, essentially. You don't have all the answers because you're in a bottle that you can't read the label outside of it. So you need essentially coaching, but it's a subtle way of helping him install that belief in his brain. So I'm asking him, how streamlined is the delivery process? The turnaround time from lead capture to design delivery is 4 to 5 weeks. How satisfied are you with that? I'm asking him. Not very much. All of our designers that we currently have are independent. If I could source and train one of them, it would be much faster. So I ask, needs to happen. Now, getting to the next level takes a different gear of leadership from you too. So, who do you need to become to take the company to the next level? This is an identity label. This is advanced. What's happening here is I have a prospect who has been operating in the weeds of his business, like he has the identity of the builder. But what I'm communicating to him is, well, if you're operating always with the identity of the builder, you won't be able to become what? The CEO that scales the company. So that's why I'm asking the question specifically, and to repeat myself, who do you need to become to take the company to the next level? And he's like, I'm not too sure how to answer that at the moment. I'll put thought into it and get back. And that's perfect because I want to create this doubt in his mind that he doesn't have the answers and he needs help. So he comes back the next day by saying, CEO mindset shift. I need to get extremely aggressive at finding, creating, developing in-house designers. And I will contact every business owner I own. So I'm validating on the right track. It's the CEO mindset shift and transformational leadership instead of transactional leadership. And it starts with a decision. Are you ready to draw a line in the sand to become this person so you can scale? This introduces urgency. We got him to buy into the new identity, the person that he wants to become. And now I'm gonna get him to take a next step, which is you'll become this person now. So there's a clear need in his mind that a transformation needs to be made. So I have what I need. He says I am, so he accepts that. And I say, good. Who's your business coach right now helping you scale? He says, I have a few local businessmen who help me here and there for different markets, but more life coaches than business. Now, I want to push him a bit because he doesn't have a business coach. So I want to see if there are any limiting beliefs around that. So I say, how come no actual business coach? The right coach will help you compress years of growth into months. I work with 5 coaches at a time to compress timelines. Do you resonate with my content, what I have to say? I'm asking that as a temperature check to see how much of a credibility does he feel I am. He says I do, and I say, well, it sounds like this is right up my alley overall. I use it as a slight, easy line to inject certainty. And this is the transition to the pitch. I ask, do you want help to make it happen? This is a super easy transition I would want you to use as well. A lot of people feel confused. Oh, how do I go from asking questions to pitching? You simply ask, do you want help? He says, let's go. I make the offer based on our chat. It will be a fit for the program. And right after, he says, I'm in. I sent him the links and he buys. So this is an effortless close because of the work that we did before the close. I asked a lot of discovery questions. I probed deep into the pain points, his lack of designers, his lack of a process. And I also embellished him with a new identity. So he really needs to step up to meet that identity so he can build the business that he wants to build. So this is how you close a $9,000 sale in the DMs without sales calls. If you have enjoyed this, make sure you hit like and subscribe for more videos.